Hello, greetings from Axanta Business Solutions. In this demonstration, we will learn how the Axanta Point of Sale solution functions and the following topics will be covered. So, let's start by selecting a customer first. Here, you can enter the name of the customer, or you can enter the mobile number of the customer, and the customer is selected. Also, you can enter the initials of the customer, and you can select the customer from this list accordingly. In case the customer details are not present in the database, you can go and click on this plus button, and the customer master will pop up for you, wherein you can enter all the details of the customer right from the customer name to the address, and if there are any comments against the particular customer, you can write down here. Now, if you do not wish to mention the customer code manually, the system will automatically generate it for you. And also there is a loyalty customer option here, wherein if you want to select this particular customer as a loyal customer, you can just select this, and if there is any card details that you are providing to him, any loyalty card number, you can enter down here. After entering all these details, you can just save this and the customer will be created for you. After the customer selection process is done, you can select the products that the customer wants to purchase by scanning the barcodes present on the products, or by entering the barcode number here, or by entering the item names manually. Currently, we will enter the product names manually and complete the transaction. So we will go to the item search button here, and you will see the list of products that are available in your store currently. Let's consider that Mr. Suleiman wants to purchase a hoodie and a cap. So we'll enter hoodie here, and there are a list of hoodies that you will see. So we'll select the first one, and let's again go to the item search button and select a cap for him. I'll enter cap here and select this black cap, and this is done. So you will see that the hoodie and the cap is selected for Mr. Suleiman. Now let's move to the payment part, where Mr. Suleiman have the options to make the payment either in cash, in card, or he can make split payments as well, like some of the amount in cash and some of the amount in card. So let's see how the split payment works. Let us consider that Mr. Suleiman wants to make 10 KD in cash and the rest of the amount in card. So we'll enter 10 KD here and click on OK. So you will see that total payment done till now is 10 KD and the balance amount is 12.5. So we'll go to card, and there are few options available here. You can make the payment through KNet, Visa, Talabat cards, and so on. You can enter the card number here and just enter a dummy number right now, and the amount is already entered, that is 12.5, and you click on OK, and then you have the option to print the receipt and you select yes, and the transaction is completed. Let us look after the line related operations one by one. If Mr. Suleiman wants to purchase this hoodie in bulk, so you can just go to the set quantity button here and enter the quantity. Let's say Mr. Suleiman wants to purchase 10 hoodie. I'll select 10, I'll click on OK, and the quantity will be set for this particular item. Similarly, if Mr. Suleiman wants to return this hoodie, so you can just scan this item, click on the return item button here and initiate the process, and just complete the transaction and it will be done. So coming to the void item part, if you want that this hoodie should be removed from the invoice, so you can just click on this void item and this particular item will be striked off from Mr. Suleiman's bill. Now let us say that you want to sell this hoodie in a higher price to Mr. Suleiman, so you can just increase the price of this product by going to the price override button here, and let's say I want to sell this hoodie in 25 KD to Mr. Suleiman, so I'll write 25 here, and the price of the product will be changed to 25, and the overall amount you see will become 28.5 KD. Similarly, if you want to decrease the price of hoodie, so you can just go to the price override button again, select the amount that you want to sell this hoodie for example 10 KD to Mr. Suleiman. I'll click on OK, and the amount will be changed and the overall amount becomes 13.5. If we wish to give discounts to Mr. Suleiman on these products, so either we can give discount in amount or in percentage. For example, for this hoodie, I want to give discount of 2 KD. So I'll go to this line discount amount button and I'll select 2 KD here and click on OK. So a discount of 2 KD is applied to this particular hoodie and the net amount becomes 17. Now I want to give a discount percentage to this black cap. So I'll go to the line discount percentage button here and I want to give a discount percentage of 10% to this black cap and I'll click on OK. So a discount percentage of 0.350 is applied to this black cap, and the overall discount you will see that it is 2.350, and the overall amount that Mr. Suleiman has to pay is 20.1. Now if I want to give some instructions to Mr. Suleiman regarding this hoodie, so I can just go to the item comment button here and let's say please not use bleach while washing. So this is the instruction or the comment that I want to give to Mr. Suleiman for this hoodie, and I'll click on OK, and the comment is added for this particular product. We also have the option to change the unit of measurement for this product. In case you want to sell this product in some different unit of measurement, you can just go to the change UM button and you will see the list here. So I want to sell this product in a pack of 48, so I'll just select pack of 48 and automatically the price will be updated here. In case you want to void this whole of the transaction, so you can just go to this void invoice button, and by selecting OK, whole of this transaction will be voided. You also have the option to add a comment to the overall invoice. So you just need to go to this invoice comment button and add any comment you wish to add to this invoice, and you just select OK. So after completing the transaction, this particular comment will be seen in the invoice. Now if you want to give discount to the overall invoice, so either you can select the discount amount or the discount percentage button. So I'll showcase you both one by one. So now I'll go to the discount amount button, wherein I want to say give 5k discount to the overall invoice, and I'll click OK. So automatically the discount is divided in both the items, and you will see the amount is 17.5 now. And if I want to give a discount percentage, so I'll just enter the percentage here, let's say 10%, and now accordingly the amount is divided and a discount of 10% is given to this invoice. Now if Mr. Suleiman wants to purchase some additional items, so he can just go back to the shopping area and buy. Meanwhile, you can just put his invoice on hold and attend some other customers who are in the waiting area. And once he is back, you can just unhold the invoice and add the additional items that he wants to purchase and complete the transaction. We also have the feature where you will come to know how many invoices are there on the hold. So once you will print the end of the day report, you will come to know how many invoices are there on hold. So the chances of any fraud or cheating will be eliminated because everything is recorded in the system. We also have the option to print the last receipt, that is the last transaction that take place. You just click on this button and the last transaction will be printed through the printer. Now let us consider that there is one product which does not have a price tag and the consumer wants to know what is the price of this product. So you can just go to the price tag button here, scan the product, and all the details will be reflected here along with the image. And if you want to add in description, you can just write down here. Now, one of the feature here is if the customer is okay with the price, you can directly add it to the customer's invoice by clicking on this add line button, and it will be reflected here on the display screen. You can also see the shift functionalities here, right from start shift, end shift, and the shift history. So when you're starting for the day, you can just click on the start shift button and enter all these details, and you can just start for the day. Likewise, when you want to end the shift, you can enter all the details, how many coins, how many notes you have, and just click on OK, and the shift will come to an end. Now, when you click on the shift history button, you will see all the details here, right from the ID, the staff name, start date, time, end date, time, cash in, cash out, and the terminal ID. And you can also print this report. Now, you want to see the history of a particular customer, so you will just go to the customer history button, and let us say I want to see the history of Mr. Suleiman. I will click on Suleiman, will select, and all the details will be reflected here, right from the store ID, source, transaction date, receipt, item name, item code, quantity, and etc. If there are any serial number attached to the items, that will also be reflected here. There are also quick filters available. Currently it is for the whole year. If I select for the month, okay, so there are 3 items for this month that Mr. Suleiman has purchased from this particular store, and you can also add a custom date from and to, and the details will be reflected here. Now, there is also one of the most important feature that Axanta Point of Sale has, which is known as the omni-channel solution, in which if Mr. Suleiman is purchasing one of the items from any of the stores or from any of the mode, everything will be synchronized here in the point of sale solution in the customer history under the name of Mr. Suleiman. For example, he is purchasing from any e-commerce store or mobile application or from call center, it will be reflected here. Now, if Mr. Suleiman wants to return one of the items that he purchased from store A, so it is really not necessary that he needs to visit store A only for returning that item. He can also visit to some other store, for example store B. He can return that particular product, and it will be reflected in the customer history in the point of sale, because everything will be synchronized as it is a omni-channel solution. Now, we will see how customers can redeem loyalty points. In order to redeem loyalty points, a customer needs to be a loyalty customer in the business. Here, Mr. Suleiman is already a loyal customer, and therefore there are some reward points assigned to him. Let us consider Mr. Suleiman wants to purchase these 2 items, and along with that, he needs to redeem some of the loyalty points. So we'll go to the pay loyalty button here, wherein you will see the total points which are accumulated in his account as 263.5, and the amount equivalent to that points are 26.350 KD. Now, Mr. Suleiman can redeem the whole of the amount in one go, or any of the amount which is below 26.350 can be redeemable. So let us say Mr. Suleiman wants to redeem 5 KD. We'll click on OK, and 5 KD will be deducted from the overall invoice. Now, Mr. Suleiman only needs to pay 17.5 against the overall invoice. Now, we will see how you can issue a gift voucher and redeem it. Let us consider there are 2 friends, Mr. Saifuddin and Mr. Suleiman. Mr. Saifuddin wants to issue a gift voucher and gift the same to Mr. Suleiman. So he will come to your store and you can issue a voucher to him, issue a gift voucher to him by clicking on this button. You can enter any number here, any gift voucher number, or leave the number as blank to get an auto-generated number. Let us say Mr. Saifuddin wants to issue a voucher of 50 KD, and you will see that this item now can be purchased by Mr. Saifuddin. the amount is 50 KD, and you can just go to the payments. You can select any mode and you click on OK, and this gift voucher is purchased by Mr. Saifuddin. Now Mr. Suleiman comes to your store and he needs to purchase these items. As you know, Mr. Saifuddin has gifted a gift voucher to Mr. Suleiman and he needs to redeem the same. So you can just go to the pay voucher button here and enter the coupon number which was assigned to that particular gift voucher. As we click on validate, we will come to know the exact amount which was assigned to that particular gift voucher. Now Mr. Suleiman can redeem the whole of the amount or any of the amount which is below 50 KD. So let us say Mr. Suleiman wants to redeem only 25 KD right now, and another 25 KD will be redeemed later. You will see this 25 KD has been reduced from the overall invoice, and now the amount that Mr. Suleiman needs to pay is only 105 KD. Now we will be talking about the promotions. There can be multiple promotions in the businesses to attract and retain the consumers. Here in Axanta, the setup for the promotions is basically done in the back office. Once everything is set up there, it will be reflected here in the point of sale solution. I'll showcase you 2 to 3 promotions now. Let's start with B2G1, that is buy 2 get 1 offer. In B2G1, when you're purchasing any items, the third item will always be free. Here you can see that Mr. Suleiman has purchased one of the items, and now let's add the other 2 items to avail the promotional discount. So here you will see that the third item has 0 price. This is just because of the promotional discount buy 2 get 1. Here you will see the period discount buy 2 get 1 free has been applied to all the 3 items. The first 2 items has the amount 7 KD and the overall amount that Mr. Suleiman needs to pay is 14 KD. Now let's complete this transaction wherein Mr. Suleiman is paying 15 KD cash and in return he gets 1 KD. Now let's talk about the deal price. In this promotion, there will be a deal for the customer wherein if he purchases 2 or more items together, the overall price will be reduced and he gets some discount. Here, Mr. Suleiman is purchasing 2 items, in which one of the item has the price of 24.9 KD and the another one has 144.9. As Mr. Suleiman is purchasing both the items together, there is a deal price applied to it and he receives some discount. So you see the net amount is reduced and he receives a discount of 18.8 KD and the overall amount that Mr. Suleiman needs to pay is 151 KD now. So as he's purchasing both the items together, there is a deal on it and the deal price has been applied. So let's complete this transaction. He's paying the cash 160 KD and in return he gets 9 KD back. Now let's talk about another promotion, which is promotional coupon voucher. It's pretty simple here. If your customers are having some coupon vouchers of your store, they can redeem it on a minimum purchase of so and so amount. Here Mr. Suleiman is purchasing these 2 items and to redeem the coupon, the amount should be above 50 KD as we have done this setup in the back office for the same. So let me increase the quantity here for this item. Let's say 10. Okay, so now the amount is 54 KD, which is above 50 KD, and let's redeem the coupon. So I'll just go to the payments, pay voucher. I'll enter the coupon code here, 2053, and validate. So you see Mr. Suleiman is receiving a discount of 15%, that is the tender amount is 8 KD, and I'll click on redeem. So Mr. Suleiman is receiving a discount of 8 KD and the overall amount that Mr. Suleiman needs to pay is 45.9 KD now. So let's complete the transaction. We'll go to the cash. I'm receiving 50 KD from Mr. Suleiman. I'll click OK. Now let's look after some of the inventory related operations. So we'll quickly go here and let's look up for the inventory lookup first. So here we can search for a particular item and understand what is the stock position available at the stores. So I'll quickly go to search item button here, select any item. So you will come to know what is the overall stock for this item on all these stores available. So there are filters here wherein you can search the item through model number, or if you want to search for only for your stores, you just mark this and the results will come up. Now let's move on to the inventory adjustment, wherein you can just enter a item name here or search for an item, and if there is any wastage or damage, or if you want to make some addition to the item, so you can just enter the quantity here. Let's say there is a wastage happened, so I'll record this item as a negative and I'll just post, so it will be recorded in the point of sale solution. Now in inventory counting, you can select any item here and enter the number of pieces available in these stores, and once that is done, you can just post it and it will be recorded. Another way is you can create lines, wherein you can create categories in this. For now, cable is available, so I'll select it and you will see the results. Under cables there are 2 items listed down, and you can just enter the quantity. Once it is counted, you can just post. You can also print this, wherein you will see the items listed down here, and once you have done a physical counting of all the items, you can just go back to the point of sale solution and the format will remain the same. So you can enter the counted quantity, and once it is done, you can just post it. Now let us see how we can record expenses. So we'll go to the manager's task, in which we'll go to the expenses here. So there are 3 categories available right now. You can create multiple categories. I'll select refreshment right now. Let's say the expense amount is 10 KD, and I'll write the description T for staff members, and it is recorded here as a refreshment, in which the description is also mentioned. As this is an expense, it will be recorded as negative, and let's complete this transaction. Now we will see the expense report, wherein whatever expenses are recorded for the day, we can select the date, 10th of September today. I refresh, and the expenses for this date, for today's date, 10th of September, is recorded here. The total expenses you will come to see, and of course you can print this report. I'll just close. Now let us understand the concept of return invoice. Here in return invoice, what happens is, if you are purchasing an X item from store A and you want to return the same item to store B, you can do that. As this is a cloud-based solution, store A will come to know that X item was purchased from store A and now it is returned to store B. Everything will be synced and everything will be recorded in the point of sale solution. Now let us look after the journal part, wherein you will see the history of all the transactions that has been made throughout. So you can just filter this and you can select any date, any timeline you want to. All the details are available here, right from date to the net amount. Now let us assume that there was a transaction which was recorded by mistake as a cash, and you now want to change the tender type to card. So I can change the tender from here. Instead of cash, I can select card here. You can select the card type. You can select OK, and it is successfully done. Now you want to print a receipt of this transaction, so it will be a duplicate receipt because the original was already printed during that time. So if you want to print another receipt, it will be recorded as a duplicate receipt, and all the details are here: customer name, mobile address, Kuwait, in which the invoice details are also present. It was paid in cash, and the loyalty points issued, and there is a barcode here in which you can scan it and all the details will come up on the point of sale solution. Now if you want to return an item, so it will be, this return feature is particularly available for this store only. Okay, so now when you click on return and you want to return one of the items, so you can select this, you can click on return. Now let's say you want to return only 3 items out of 5. So I'll go to set quantity, I'll click 3, I'll click on OK, and it is updated here as you're returning. So 57 KD will be deducted from the income, and let's complete this transaction. Let's say cash, click on OK, and the item is returned. Now let us see the end of the day report, which is also known as print text report. I'll click here. You have the option to select dates. You can select any date and you can see the end of the report for that particular day. I just refresh. So this end of the day report is nothing but a short summary about the transactions that took place for the day. You can see the date here. It is printed on so and so, store, terminal, tender type. You can see the cash, how many transactions took place through cash and what was the amount received in cash. What was the amount received in KNet? KNet is nothing but the card. The total amount and the total transactions. How many open orders? There are 2 open orders. Open orders is nothing but the orders which are still on hold and it is not completed. This is the total amount. Right from sales, the overall figure that you have received, sales, return, voided transaction, discount, expense. So all this is recorded in the end of the day report. Now let us have a look at the sales report. I'll click here. There are multiple reports available here, right from monthly sales, week-wise, hourly, day-wise, item day-wise, and so on. All these reports are completely customizable. You can also create a new report right from the sketch, or you can edit the existing report. Now if I want to add any field here, so I'll just go to the show pivot header. There are multiple fields available here. So if I want to add discount amount, I'll just drag this and I'll add this here. So a new column will be added, discount amount. So this report can be exported to Excel. You can also print preview. Okay, so a preview of this report will come in place and you can print this. And once you have added any extra columns as per your necessity, you can just save this. I'll click on save as. You can enter the report name to save. You can click on OK, and a new report will come in picture here on the down. So one new report will be added here.